Hi everyone, it's Kirei here with another layout for Bramble Fox, and this month I'm using the October Fox box for the first time, and it's full of fabulous autumn themed elements. I'm using a number of the perspectives, the Paper Snips number 42, which comes with Foxbox Plus, as well as the Fox Cut stencil that also comes with the Foxbox Plus subscription. And I'm also using the Paper Snips number 41. It's got all those lovely autumn leaves all over it. Okay, so I have pulled out an older collection from my stash. It's the Simple Stories Harvest Market from last year because I wanted something that was obviously a bit more autumnal to tie in with the perspectives that I'm going to use. So I pulled it out a number of the pattern papers. And basically, I'm going to create like a layered square, and I'm just working out which layers are going to go where. Definitely the wood grain is going to be my top layer because that's where I'm going to, add my photos and embellishments, etc. So that will just the other two are a little bit more busy. So I think the wood grain is a better one as that sort of first option. And then I'm going to layer up with that sort of plaid pattern, but I've got a little bit missing there, so that's fine because it's going to be mostly hidden. I'm just going to add a little piece on and trim that down, and it will be, no one will be any the wiser. So there's my three layers, and then I'm going to distress all the edges, of course, and then stick those together. Now I've got the wood grain, and I did actually gut the center of it because I created that frame. I wasn't sure. I did wonder if I'd maybe use it. I didn't end up using it in the end. Okay, so the three paper layers are stuck together. But firstly, I'm going to use the fabulous Fox Cut stencil that comes with the Foxbox Plus subscription. And I'm just going to create some sort of corner detail with it. And it's got lots of sort of very obviously autumnal themed sort of words: crisp leaves, fall, harvest, sweater, pumpkins, acorns, etc., all over it, and some little icons as well. And I'm just going down, and I actually pulled out the colours from Distress Oxides that match the paper snips. So I started with Spun Sugar, and then I went into Speckled Egg. Now I'm using Evergreen Bough, and then I'm going down into Tattered Rose, dried Marigold, and Fossilized Amber. I think that's the right order. And then I just started again, actually. So I'm just sort of going across. I'm just using my little mini brushes here because they're perfect for picking up all of the detail in the fox cut. And then I'm going down. So it's I'm creating a bit of it's a bit like a rainbow, but an autumn rainbow. And there we go. I've done both sides there. Obviously this side I did the full amount. I mean, obviously most of it was going to be covered, but I thought it was quite nice to show how it looked like. And then on the other corner I've just used around the edges because obviously it is covered. And now I will get the centerpiece stuck down, bringing in my T-square to make sure it's completely straight. Now, the bit you don't see is I stick it down and I pulled it all off because I wasn't happy. So anyway, it's all fine now. Now, I had gone away and fussy cut all of those fabulous leaves and the other autumnal elements from the two paper snips that I'm using. So because I'm going to use quite a lot of them on the layout. Now I've just mounted my photo on one of the pattern papers. I just felt like it needed something, but I'm not going to mount the smaller photo. And they're just going to sit over there to the right, and I'm going to bring in the title, which is one of the perspectives from the October Fox box, the autumn, in that really lovely sort of ochre mustardy colour. And then I'm going to create, I guess, a bit like a sort of a diagonal design across the layout with a cluster up that top left there with lots of the leaves. Some of the perspectives there, I've got a little very cute squirrel and a couple of the phrase bars. One of them says all the colours, and the other says splendid memory. And I've got here couple of the DIY epoxy flares. So I've just punched them out. They're a 1-inch circle, and I'm adding on the epoxy circle over the top, and I'm going to add the little hedgehog one into that top cluster, and then the tree will actually sit in a cluster above the photos. So I'm just sort of placing everything at the moment until I'm happy with it. And I don't think I'm going to show you me doing all of it because it does take me a little while. I do fiddle around with it all, but really I'm just really creating some nice leaf clusters here. There you go. It's all in place. but it does all have to be stuck down now. So I'm just sort of working my way through, just pulling them out and just popping a little bit of wet glue on them and then sticking them down. Now, I typically curve the edges of the leaves and those sorts of elements because and just add a little bit of glue to either the center or the bottom edge, and then that way I still get that really nice dimensional effect that I do like to create on my layouts. So I'm just, as I say, just sort of getting everything stuck down. There's a cute little fussy cut squirrel. There's lots of leaves. I think I had some extra leaves actually from another Paper Snips, I think. A couple of mushrooms at the top there. And then I have there's three leaf perspectives also in the Fox box, and I'm going to add one of those into each of the clusters as I go. So working my way through now. Confession there, you'll see my little fox. I accidentally broke the tail off. Oops. I was a little bit heavy-handed as I was moving it around, but that's fine because when I stick him on and stick the tail on, it will absolutely look like it doesn't. It looks perfectly fine. So yeah, so sticking everything down in here as well, just again layering in as I go. And I'm just mixing up the colours so I get a little bit of everything in there, just making sure I've sort of got the different oranges, the ochres, there's soft browny tones, there's some sort of olivey greens in there, just trying to mix it up in each of the clusters. So the little fox is going down, so sticking him well down with my glossy accents, and now the tail's going to get stuck back on. So I'm just sort of making sure that's in the right place. There we go. Back to new. You wouldn't even know. Another couple of the phrase bars here. This one has crisp air and the beautiful life. So I'll get those. I think they're stuck. Now the autumn title that I'll just add. Now I did look like I was going to do it below, but I changed my mind because I wanted that cluster at the bottom right there to sort of layer around and create that sort of diagonal design. So the autumn is going to the left of the photos, and then I'm going to bring in leaves underneath it. Okay, I haven't stuck those two down. There we go. They're getting stuck down now. Okay, so I think I'm going to keep going with sticking down the elements. Obviously, do pop on over to bramblefox.co.uk if you are not already a subscriber, and you'll find all the details about subscribing to the Foxbox or the Foxbox Plus subscription. With that, you get the Foxbox along with the Fox Cut stencil and the Paper Snips. So really great, and it gives you the opportunity to get everything together. They coordinate beautifully, and yeah. So bramblefox.co.uk. You'll also find lots and lots of other really fabulous goodies as well, because there are new sets released all the time. Okay, just getting these top cluster stuck down. And that, as I say, there's a cute squirrel there. A little acorn. Can't quite decide where it's going to go. I'm loving this. I don't know about you, but I do love autumn. I love all the colours with autumn, all the oranges and the browns and the mustards and the olives. Oh, yeah, I do really love autumn. I don't know, it might be one of my favourite seasons, I think. I do love spring as well, when the new flowers, all the pretty flowers start to come out. Autumn is really lovely. So it was really nice to have a play with sort of autumn, the autumn themed Fox box, but you know, the papers and everything. Yeah, it was really nice. So getting these last bits and pieces stuck down, and I think I'm almost done, just working out where these other elements are going to go. That's one's crunchy leaves from the Paper Snips. Oh, here we go. I think I finished just off camera. There we go. All of those are now nicely stuck down, and I'm just going to bring in the second word to my title, which is I've got an older thickers here with large gold glitter letters. So I felt like a little bit of glitter, a little bit of gold in here was perfect, added to the autumn theme. Sorry about my head. I do tend to have to look over because I want everything straight. As you can see, I've got my T-square out, just making sure it's all my letters are straight. I couldn't possibly have a wonky title. Okay, so I've got autumn leaves on there, and then I'm bringing in some of my Campbella ink here. It's a really lovely gold, and I'm just going to add some splatters to each of my clusters. So, and then I think I'm pretty much almost done. Other than I decided the autumn and the leaves where I had it just felt like it needed something there. So I do pop on a couple of more fussy cut leaves. I do that after I've finished. Okay, so there we go. I think final few splatters, and there is the final layout. And the close-ups are coming up now. I hope you've enjoyed watching the process video. I certainly loved working with the new October Fox box. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in my next video. Bye for now.